sets. Now, how do we define sets? We have several ways of defining sets. So let's look at this. Let's say we are looking for the set P of even numbers between 1 and 20. So the set P of even numbers between 1 and 20. So let's look at this. Even numbers between 1 and 20 can be defined in what? The following ways. So for set building, we have so many ways of defining sets. So the set P of even numbers can be defined in the following ways. So let's look at the first way. So it can be defined as P is equal to, then we open our curly brackets, then we can spell even numbers between 1 and 20. Then the bracket is what? Is closed. So we can write P is equal to the set of even numbers between 1 and 2. That's one way. Let's look at the second way. So the second way, we can write it as P is equal to, instead of saying even numbers between 1 and 20, because we know the numbers, then we can write it. What are the even numbers between 1 and 20? Don't forget, I've given you the definition for even numbers, which I said they are numbers which, when divided by 2, we have a remainder of 0. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Then you close the bracket. So number 1 and number 2, can you see it means the same thing? Because number 1 is saying even numbers between 1 and 20, but number 2 has listed some numbers for us. But because sets have a unique characteristic, or it should be well defined, if anyone sees these numbers, then the person must know that they are even numbers between 1 and and 20. Sorry, it's between. So if it's between, what it means that the 20 is not part. Sorry. So the correct thing is it must end as at 18. Between 1 and 20. So it must end at 18. Okay. Now let's look at the third way of writing this same set of even numbers between 1 and 20. We can say P is equal to the set X is such that, so these two dots means such that X is an even number, comma, and X lies between 1 and 1 and 20. So this same set can be denoted as P is equal to X is such that X is an even number, and so there's a comma here, and this X, which is an even number, lies between positive 1 and positive 20. So this X is lying between 1 and 20, or you can say that X is greater than 1 and X is less than 20, or X is greater than 1 but X is less than 20, or you can also say X lies between 1 and 20. Okay, let's look at the next, or the final way of writing this same set. So we can also say the set P is equal to x lying between 1 and 20, where x is an even number. So we can also write it this way. So x lying between 1 and 20, or x is greater than 1 but less than 20, where x is an even number. So we have so many ways of describing or defining a set. So some questions are going to list the set for you. Others are going to just write maybe prime factors of 20 between 1 and 18. So it means you must know the definitions and you must be able to list them. So let's assume you have been given the set P is equal to. So now the question is, list the elements in the set P, and now we have given P is equal to x greater than 1 but less than 20, where x is an even number. Then it means you must you must understand what the question is trying to tell you. So what it means that we are going to list the members. So what are the members? The members are just like the number 2, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and the rest. So we have so many ways of describing sets. So now let's look at examples. So now we are going to solve examples. So the preamble is we are to list the elements of the following sets. So list the elements of the following set. So let's look at the first set, which is the set A is equal to okay. Now let's look at the set A. The set A is equal to x lying between 0 and 10 inclusively. Why am I using the word inclusively? I am using it because we have greater or equal to in it, right? Greater, so greater or equal to, or less or equal to. So once we have this, then what it means is that x is greater or equal to 0 and x is less or equal to 10. What it means that 0 and 10 are inclusive. The number 4, because there is no equal to sign here, there is no equal to signs here. Remember I told you it is lying between 1 and 20. So what it means is that 1 and this 20 are not part. But here, because we have greater or equal to, then it means x is what? X is greater or equal to 0. So what it means that x can be 0, s can be 0, s can be 10. That's the meaning of the inclusive. So here we are to list the set A of this. So the solution is simple. So A will give us the set. So it means 0 is inclusive. Numbers lying between 0 and 10, which are inclusive. So 0, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Can I add 11? No, because 11 doesn't fall within the range. 11 doesn't fall within. So 11 falls outside the range. In the same way, I can't add negative numbers. Okay. What it means that the least should be 0 the most should be what? 10. Okay. Now let's look at another question. So the same preamble. So number B. So let's look at B is equal to odd numbers greater than 5. So odd numbers greater than 5. So now we know odd numbers. So the solution will give us B is equal to, so the set, because we are to list the elements, odd numbers greater than 5. Odd numbers greater than 5. So it means we must start from numbers that are greater than 5. So 6 is greater than 5. But the question is 6 an odd number? No. 7 is an odd number, so we can start from 7. 9, odd number. 11, odd number. 13, odd number. 15, odd number. So it continues. So we can bring these 3 dots to show that there are other numbers which what continues, because this set is very open. So from 7 to infinity, because we can't list all the elements to infinity, you can just list to some point and bring this 3 dots to show that there are what other numbers following. Okay, let's look at another example. So C. So let's look at the set C. So the set C is equal to what? X is such that X is a multiple of 3 less than 20. Interesting. Okay, so this C is what? Equal to X is such that X is a multiple of 3 less than 20. So what it means is that we have to list the multiples of 3 which are also less than what? 20. That's the meaning. Can you try that? Okay. So this C is, what are the multiples of 3? So the multiples of 3 are 1, 3. No, the multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and on. But now let's look at it. It says multiples of 3 less than 20. So 18 is less than 20, but 21 is greater than 20. So what it means is that we start from 3 and what? And end at 18, because it has been defined for us. And the definition is that it should be what? Less than